GRMUID 3959, known as Ogbourne St Andrew 8, with the historical name Old Swindon to Marlborough Road. And this is 4,771 metres long. From the car parking area at the bottom of the trail, there's a gradual climb, gravel field with water ruts. Then you reach the summit, it levels out and becomes again a hard packed trail. In the winter, lots of puddles as it fills with water, and you have gallops on your left hand side. You then meet an intersecting trail on the right. You carry on, and then it becomes very sticky clay and chalk with ruts which are very slippery during wet periods of time. You then carry on, the ruts ease out into gravel with several climbs through a woodland area. The ruts continue until you then reach the final climb. It takes you to the car park near Barbary Castle. From the car park area you start riding up the hill. As I said, this is hard packed, lots of gravel on it and lots of channels where rain has worn the track away. It's a reasonably gradual climb, just need to be careful of those channels, particularly when it's been raining. At this stage you've got trees on your left and more of a hedgerow on your right. You can see there's quite big channels being dug out on the right hand side by the rain. There's plenty of grip, and then you get to the top of the rise, and then you have fields on your right, and you've got the gallops up on your left. Again, you can see where it's been warm with rainwater coming down through. At this stage it's an easy ride. Further you go, you can then see even where we've only had a slight amount of rain, there's quite a few dips which fill up with water, and these get considerably larger after it's rained quite a lot. Again, you've got stunning views over on your left hand side. This is a long trail. This part of it, the first part of it, is quite easy because it's hard packed gravel. As you ride on, you see a clump of trees over on your right hand side. This is where another byway comes in from the right hand side, and this is where the trail changes from gravel to more clay and chalk. You can see now we go into ruts. There's not been a lot of rain, but there's still full of water, and these are very, very slippery when you've had a lot of rain. And so from now on it becomes more of a technical ride, this section. It then moves into a slight uphill where you get getting back to the gravel based. Quite wide tracks that you can follow, quite stony, quite hard. Again, this time you've got a hedgerow on your right and you've got more gallops on your left. It reverts back to further ruts, and again these are slippery, very sort of clay, chalky based. Make one and stay one, or move back twice. You can see it rises up in front of you. It's still probably only about a third of the way on this trail. It then moves into an uphill, more gravel based, hard based, quite a nice flowing uphill trail this, and you're heading towards the woodland section at the top of this hill. Again, you can see it begins to get cut up slightly where the water channels form. You're heading now towards more where the trail narrows down, shrubs and bushes on either side, uphill ride. You can see it gets quite overgrown during the summer. Again, there's ruts on either side, can be quite slippery during the winter, but with a bit of momentum, reasonably easy. Up into the woodland section, again there's some large puddles in here, and it's more earth based, again a bit slippery when it's really wet. As you emerge from the woodland section, you find you've got fields on your left and right. It comes back to sort of gravel based, large puddles at times. And you're really now on the sort of second half of the ride. Once you're around the left hand corner here, it turns again from being hard based into sort of chalky, slippery ruts in times with some large puddles. And now you're really basically on more of a sort of Roman road. You've got a straight ride now for probably a kilometre and a half. A few puddles along the way. Again, you've got fields on your right and you've got views over on your left. This is where you usually find people walking dogs or cycling along this section. Now you're heading towards sort of the Barbary Castle end of the trail. So you often see people, there's somebody up there. Let me go through it nicely, which is good. You're really rolling on now towards those trees up in the distance up on the hill. It dips down slightly here. This used to have a huge puddle in it, which has been filled in. And then you've got quite a hard packed climb. Again, lots of water channels, good grip. At the end of the fencing on the right hand side, there's a byway that's now been closed for many years, so please don't take that route on the right as we go up to the top. Just carry straight on. In between the two sets of hedges and fields, you go past a couple of buildings, and the trail ends when you get to the entrance on the right hand side of the farm buildings.